Hey everybody, it's Cody Walker with the Forest Elwood Crowley's Ridge Nature Center. Today I'm coming to you from our house. We are actually going to be doing a little cooking today. We had a tremendous response from the Morel mushroom video that we shot. So now we are actually going to do a little bit of cooking with these Morel mushrooms. We're actually going to cook them, and my wife has graciously already cooked us some eastern wild turkey that was killed on public land here in Arkansas to kind of go with this. So without further ado, let's get started. So here's what we've got. I've already got some of these mushrooms already prepared to cook. But there is a few things that you need to do once you get these mushrooms home. Okay, and I know a lot of y'all had a few questions about what do I need to do, how long will they last in the refrigerator, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do my best to answer those questions. Once you get these mushrooms home, keep in mind that they are slightly fragile. You can crush them, you can mess them up. But these mushrooms, when you get them home, if you're not going to take care of them immediately, what I would do, and what I did in this instance is, I took the mushrooms and I rinsed them off under the sink just to remove any dirt or anything like that, wash off any bugs that may be on the outside of it, and then I wrapped them in a wet paper towel and I chilled them overnight in my refrigerator. And that works fine. That works great. That's exactly what we did with these. But if you're going to go ahead and cook them that day when you get home, here's what you do. If you'll just get on in here. I've already got a few of these done, but what we need to do is we need to split these mushrooms and split them in half, because if you'll remember, when I split one of these black morels open the other day, that was one of the ways that we used to identify that it was a true morel. Remember, it was hollow from the tip of the cap all the way to the bottom of the stem. Well, that hollow cavity actually allows bugs and critters and stuff like that to actually get up inside the mushroom. So we want to make sure that there's no bugs in there or any kind of extra protein before we start this process of cooking them. So I'm going to take this mushroom, I'm going to slice it right down the middle. And remember, you got to be a little careful because they are delicate. Okay, so there's one. There was nothing in that. I'm going to take another little black morel here, cut it in half. Okay, got that one cut in half, and we got one more. Now, in the video, the other day when I shot it, I said that this was a yellow morel. Well, I had to get some clarification on it. This is actually the miniature species of morel. This is one of the small species, so we'll cut it in half too. All right, so there we go. We got it cut in half. Now, after you've got them cut in half, I want to come over here to the sink and just lightly rinse these off. You want to get any dirt, get any dirt or bugs or anything like that, insects, out of these morels. Now, after I've cut them in half and I've rinsed them off, I want to bring them over here to a dry paper towel and let them sit on this paper towel. So we've got all our morels, we've got them cut in half, and we have them washed clean of any kind of dirt, sand, anything like that we don't want to eat. And what we're going to do, I'm going to show you two different ways to cook these. I'm going to show you the way that Casey and I really prefer to eat these, which is sauteed in butter and then add in a little bit of this heavy whipping cream. That's a great way to eat these, but we're also going to fry a couple. And we'll let you see that process too. We got our pan here pretty warm. Maybe too warm, we'll see. I'm going to take some real butter and place that in our pan here. Got our skillet a little hot. Scoot it off to the side. Okay. Maybe get a little bit more butter. Put it back on the heat. I'm going to take all these little bitty black morels and that one small miniature. I'm just going to place them face down in this pan. There again, I want to go low and slow with this. I don't really want to cook it super fast. If you feel like your skillet's getting a little bit hot, remove it from the heat. We're just going to cook these down. And as you start to cook them, you're going to start to smell kind of the fragrance. It's a really earthy smell. I had somebody ask, what do they taste like? They're really a earthy. I guess all mushrooms are, but these really take it to the next level as far as I'm. All right. As these cook, they become more delicate and more delicate, so just kind of watch them a little bit. At this point, just got a little bit of salt and pepper here. Just add some salt and pepper. Right. We're going to let them cook down in that butter. Unfortunately, I only get to do this usually about once per year, so you're seeing the one time for 2020 probably. Everything else that goes on in life, usually I only get an opportunity. Although, with all the free time that we have now, we might be able to do a little bit more hunting. Now you'll start to notice as these start to cook down a little bit, they're going to reduce in size, which is unfortunate. They're just going to slowly cook down. And as they cook down, that butter is going to help with our, basically it's going to be morel mushrooms in a sauce. So that butter cooking down is going to really help with our sauce here in just a minute. And really what I'm looking for is my butter to pretty much be gone from the pan and cooked down all the way. And we're almost there. It's removing that last little bit of moisture, or a lot of the moisture out of these mushrooms. Alright, I think they're good enough. We can add some cream here. So what I've got is just some heavy whipping cream. And I'll open this up. And I'm going to add some whipping cream to this. You don't have to use the whole thing, just use a little here. Set that back to the side. And as this starts to cook down and as that water starts to evaporate out, the milk or the heavy whipping cream kind of evaporate out, it's going to bubble up on us. Key is here, just don't let it burn. You'll notice that when this starts to get close to being done, the heavy whipping cream will go from a kind of just a white milk color, and it'll start taking on a little bit of a browner color there. We are almost done with these. We'll move over to our next recipe. Alright, you can tell it's kind of thickened up on us now, and that's what we were looking for. So I'm going to move this over out of the heat. We'll just let that set. I sure don't want to let this burn on me now. We're going to move over and fry some morel mushrooms. And I've got some friends that really like frying their morel mushrooms. So what I'm doing, I've just got some vegetable oil over here, and I've got it heating up. Okay, we're going to turn it down just a little bit. And usually, I mean, you can use a thermometer to get your grease up hot enough, but usually when I start seeing it start it's not bubbling or boiling, but you can see it kind of moving a little bit. You know it's getting real close to being ready. So I've got our bigger blacks that we picked, and we're going to use these to fry. Now, when I cook these, I don't really like, you know, when we fry a lot of different wild game around here at the Walker household, we'll take our meat and we'll dredge it through a mixture of milk and eggs. But for these, I don't like that. I think it gives them an off flavor, and I like that earthy flavor of the mushroom, so I don't want to disguise it. I don't want to hide it. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to dredge the mushroom through the flour. So we're going to take it and pull it through there. Get a little bit of flour on it. All right. And do another one. And we got one more after this. We'll be done. This is going to be good. You know, Casey said we were going for a walk after this. I don't know if we'll be able to manage a walk. All these fried foods. All right. almost there. Alright, so I'm going to see about adding these others. Okay. Rinse my hands off here. And they're frying now. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit here because I sure don't want them to burn. Tell you what, we may end up having to go try and find some more of these dudes. Flip them over here. Oh, these will be really good dipped in. If you do want to hide some of the flavor, if you just like, mushrooms and dipping sauces, you can do honey mustard with this or ranch if you wanted to. Really good sauces to dip these in. Get another one. Just keep turning them over. Starting to get there. And they look good. I'm going to call these done. So what I'm going to do is take them out. And you'll know when they're done, as I've been sitting here flipping them and turning them over, they've gone from a real flexible, typically what you think of a morel mushroom. They were super flexible and they bend to being very rigid. And they're lightly browned on the outside. So, last thing, add a little bit of salt and pepper to the outside of these. Alright, so we're going to set these over here on the table. I told you, she cooked a lot of turkey. Alright, and we're going to add... That's my little princess is who that is. That's Josie. She'd like to get up here and eat some of this wild turkey too, I can promise you. Alright, so we're going to add some on here. Pepper getting to you, buddy? Y'all saw Chief in one of the introduction episodes. Alright. It's a shame there's not more of it. When they cook down, there's not a whole lot there. Alright, now we'll place our fried morel mushrooms on there too. Casey also cooked us some slaw. I think it's is it Asian slaw? Is that
Chinese coleslaw.
Chinese coleslaw? It's really good stuff. Move that plate out of the way. All right, we'll sit down here and enjoy a good meal with morel mushrooms that we found growing wild here in Arkansas, paired with some eastern wild turkey that was killed here on one of our public lands here in Arkansas. It looks really good. So I'm about to get away from the phone and enjoy this. If you liked this program that we offered you today, like us on our Facebook page, follow us on our Facebook page. Leave me what you thought in the comments. If you've got some ideas for some kind of program that you'd like, let us know. We'll see what we can do to get it done for you. Thanks for seeing us. Bye.